Hey everyone, just a quick word before we get started on this beer review. If you're interested in purchasing any of these beers that you see on my channel, stick around to the end of the video and I will tell you where you can purchase them at online. Now, isn't that lovely? Have beer shipped right to your home and don't have to go anywhere. All right, enjoy the video. Cheers to that. Welcome, my friends. Thanks so much for stopping by once again as we sample some more great tasting American craft beers with Dr. Dave. Fabulous indeed. Now for our sampling pleasures and tasting delights today. One of my favorite all time breweries that I just don't see up here in Northeast Ohio anymore. This Sweetwater Brewing Company located in Atlanta, Georgia. I'm not sure if were bought out by somebody, but I just don't see them around here anymore. This particular beer is the IPA, and I thought there was another name that went with it. It says the OG IPA. Okay, 6.3% alcohol by volume. It's best before June of 2023, so we got 3 months to enjoy it. It must have just hit the shelf. Of course, I didn't get it off the shelf. It was sent to me. But let's go ahead and pop it open. Unfortunately, they no longer have their logo on the bottle cap. I think I have one out there on the fridge from Sweetwater because I had over 8,000 bottle caps and I sold 5,000 of them. 5,000 of them on eBay. So I just have a few left now. This says Be Hoppy. I don't know if you can see that. Yeah, if I put it against my shirt, Be Hoppy. So this is a nucleated glass, has a nice lip on it. So let's go ahead and get it in here. You got to be careful with these nucleated glasses, though. If you pour it in too fast, you will build up more foam than you know what to do with. So now this is a 12-ounce glass. I'm sorry, this is a 12-ounce beer in a 16-ounce glass, so that's why it looks kind of empty. We'll just go ahead and agitate it. You got to be, yeah, see, you got to be careful because you can really build up that foam quickly. But there it is in all its glory. Oh, it's beautiful. It's a copper color. I would call this a golden copper. More yeah, a lot more copper than golden. But on that screen, you can see it's a little bit golden there. Some nice foam there after I agitated it. Some carbonation flowing up from the bottom here. Let's go ahead and get some aroma on this. Oh man. Oh wee, that went in my nose. Some grapefruit and some pine in here. Man, this is going to be like a West Coast style IPA if I recall correctly. I haven't had this beer in ages. The last time I had Sweetwater beer, man, I want to say it was when I was on a road trip. I went to Florida and I stopped at the brewery on the way back. Yeah, I haven't had Sweetwater beer in ages. Yeah, they just don't distribute it up here. I don't see it in Ohio anymore. But without further ado, I want to thank everybody who had a hand in brewing this batch of beer. Cheers to everybody there in Atlanta and cheers to you at home for watching. Oh man, solid. It's a solid IPA. And this just goes to prove that you don't need a high alcohol beer with high IBUs to make it a decent beer. Now, I don't know what the IBUs are in here. It didn't say on the bottle, but I'll find out and I'll put it in the description box. But I would say they're probably around 60, 65. But you don't need high alcohol and you don't need a lot of IBUs to make a decent tasting beer. Some lovely grapefruit and pine in this beer with a slightly bitter finish. It's not over the top bitter. This would be a good IPA to introduce your friends to that are on the fence about craft IPAs and they say they're way too bitter and they don't want to try them. This doesn't fit that bill. It's not bitter. Yeah. I would describe this as a medium to full bodied beer. Some medium carbonation, although it's going to be difficult to see that carbonation on the screen because the beer is dark. Yeah, it's a lot darker than some IPAs. Yeah, IPAs, nowadays are either completely hazy, you can't see anything through them, or they're lighter in color, like a lager almost. I mean, I don't know what they're doing to these IPAs lately, but it's difficult to find a decent West Coast style IPA. But even though this is brewed in Atlanta, this is a West Coast style IPA. Of course, you might find some people that want to argue with me about that. That's because they don't know their IPAs, and that's okay. You know what? I'm not an expert on everything, but I can tell you this is not a New England style IPA, nor is it a Midwest IPA. No, it's a West Coast. Man, love this beer. Love this beer. Nice lacing on the glass, nice foam retention. And this is a high quality beer. They just don't get a whole lot better than this at 6.3%. Yeah. Sweetwater. I'm going to have to double check and put in the description box if this beer was purchased by another corporation. I don't know. I know that they're no longer at their Midtown location. I know they have another location there in Atlanta. I'm not sure where it's at, but I was always hit that brewery on the way back from Florida when I was on my way to Ohio. Always made an overnight stop in Atlanta, man. And now that's been a long time ago. Now there's even more to do. I would have to make probably a 1 week stop in Atlanta to see everything. But anyway, this is a really good beer. I'm telling you, man, if you want a low alcohol, high quality beer, this is it right here. This is it. I'm telling you, Sweetwater always did have high quality beer, and I hope that they still own the company or some craft beer company took them over because if they went to AB InBev, it's only a matter of time. Everything that AB InBev touches turns to I can't say that word. How about if we just say turns to junk? Yeah. Well, it just turns to junk. Look what happened to Goose Island. The only thing they didn't touch was their bourbon stouts and their bottle conditioned beers, the Matilda and the Sophie. And look what they did. Look what they did. And look what they did right here in Cleveland. They just closed Platform Brewing Company, one of the highest rated microbrews in the country. They just closed it. Don't get me started on AB and Beth. But at any rate, life is short. Let's be happy. Try new things like this beer from Sweetwater. I'm telling you, if you like a West Coast style brew with a little bit of pine, a little bit of grapefruit, nice bitter finish, you will love this beer. There's nothing wrong with this beer. In the meantime, until we meet next time, here's wishing all of you the very best of goodbyes. And as always, cheers. Okay, everyone. As promised, Dr. Dave's going to tell you where he buys his beers and where you can buy them also. First on the list is rivalrybrews.com. Now, don't worry, I'm going to put the links in the description box for you. Rivalry Brews is a relatively new mail order place. It's based right here in Ohio, in Medina, and they are fantastic. I tell you what, when they first started, I got free shipping on all the beers. Now I think they charge me $2. $2 for 12 beers. That's fantastic. Now, as far as I know, they ship to the lower 48, but you might want to check the website on that. I can't be 100% sure, but the shipping is fast. The turnaround is fast, and if anything's wrong, they will fix it right away. I only had one issue with them, and they refunded half my purchase order, which I thought was more than fair. More than fair. So anyway, by the way, disclaimer, I don't get any money on any of this. I'm not affiliated with any of these beer companies. They don't know I'm doing this. I'm just telling you where to buy the beer. Now, one day I may be affiliated, and if I am at that point, I'll certainly let you know. So, Rivalry Brews, located right here in Ohio, they specialize in Ohio beers, beers from Pennsylvania and Indiana. So, if you want some good Ohio craft beer, that's a good place to start. The second one on my list, oh, I love this place. It's called Halftime Beer. Halftime Beer has two locations in New York State, Poughkeepsie, and I believe it's pronounced Mamaroneck. Mamaroneck. Yeah, don't quote me on that pronunciation. I tried my best. Yeah, anyway, they have more beer online than you could possibly look at in a day. I'm telling you, they have beer everywhere on that website. And all you have to do is go on there, make your selection, and have it shipped. Now, they do have gift boxes, which come with a really nice cooler. Yeah, and you can't beat it. It's $5 shipping on those special orders. Now, on the other beers, the shipping can get a little bit pricey, but I've never had an order for more than $20 shipping, which I think is really good for 12 bottles of beer. Now, if you get cans, it's less cost because it weighs less. And that's what costs the money is the weight and the size of the box. So, yeah, check them out. Now, I belong to two of their what's known as Beer of the Month Club. I'm in their German Beer of the Month Club, so I get 12 bottles from six different breweries, two of each, once a month. And there's a lot of beers in there that I've never heard of from Germany. I thought I had them all, not even close. And then I have the Around the World Beer Club, which is exactly what it sounds like. It's beers from all over the world. So far, I only got one beer that I didn't really like. It happens. It happens. And, you take your chances on that. But I got some beer from South Korea, of all places, South Korea. I thought it was really, really good. Now, last on the list, but not least, and I didn't put these in any particular order, it's the Best Damn Beer Shop. Now, they're out of San Diego, and they have a killer selection. I'm telling you. Matter of fact, talking about all this beer, I'm going to have one here. Mm, that's just a regular run of the mill Pilsner, German style, but it hits the spot on a day like this. Anyway, Best Damn Beer Shop. Woo! Now, their shipping, they require you to choose in lots of six. So you can get 6, 12, 18, 24 is the maximum. And their shipping is reasonable considering I'm on the East Coast and they're on the West Coast. Yeah, the shipping is generally about $19 for a 12 bottle selection, which I don't think is a lot. $19? No, I don't think that's a lot. Now, the more beer you buy, the less money it's going to cost. That's just a fact of economics. So if you want to buy six beers, it's going to cost more to ship it than the 12. Hey, I don't make the rules, man. Just buy more beer. You save more money on shipping. What can I tell you? Yeah, but they're a great place, and so all three of those places, Rivalry Brews for Ohio beers, and then you have the Halftime Beverage, which is in New York. They have a selection on everything, and same thing with Best Damn Beer Shop. Now, if you want some West Coast beers that you can't find in your town, that's the place to buy them at. Last but not least, people always ask me, what is that on your beer glass? Well, I bought it at Amazon, Amazon.com. It's called a vacuum vin. Vacuum vin. And if I'm not mistaken, it's from Sweden, if I'm not mistaken. And the inside of it is lined with special material. So what you do is you put this in the freezer, you let it sit overnight, and then you put your beverage in here, and it will maintain that beverage at around 38 degrees, which is really cold for a beer. But I like my Pilsners cold. Now, if you already have a beer that warmed up, put it in here and it'll bring it to the proper temperature, no doubt. And I said last, but I was mistaken. This is the last thing I want to talk about. Dr. Dave's beer glasses. Now, I did sell these a number of years ago when I had my other beer channel. And this is a new design, though. This is a different design. Now, I could sell these if there's enough interest in them, but I have to order them about 144 at a time. So I don't want to order them unless there's some real interest in them. Now, it's difficult to see on here, but it says Dr. Dave's cheap ass beer reviews. Yeah, it's not really going to come out that well there on the camera. But I would sell these at cost. Now, I'm not trying to make any money on them. I think it cost me 14.98 to have those made. So I would sell them at the same price. Now I don't know the price could have gone up because I did buy those a few years back. So, but I would sell them at cost if anybody's interested. But like I said, I don't get any money off these links. There's no affiliate links here. I'm not making any money. I just wanted to let everybody know where I buy my beer so you could buy it too. Oh, and I almost forgot the amazing clubs Beer of the Month Club. Amazing clubs. I'll put all the links in the description box. Knock yourself out. Hey, thanks for watching, okay? And Dr. Dave says, cheers to that.